just been disturbing, bro. It's just making my stomach hurt, bro. What's going on, man? Giving me headaches, man. I got migraines looking at these lists, man. Like, I feel like I'm losing my vision, man. Like, but got the right prescription now. Like, like? It's weird, bro. Is that Geno Smith? Oh my,
Let's put it
oh
up.
my goodness! Like, it's just, oh my gosh! Like, it's just. It is crazy. Is that Herbert number 5? Oh my gosh! It's just, man, it's got me tripping, bro. I don't even know what to say, Joe. So, like I said before the show started, I had to hit up Joe. I had to say, look, man, I know we just went through the finals. I know we got some NBA trades to talk about, and all that is cool, man. But the NFL is king, man. NFL is king, and we inching towards that time again, man. We got a lot of time, bro, but I had to get this off my chest, man. But before I give mine, I got to see my boy JJ Joe Jordans, man. So without further ado, man, let us know about your top 10. Give us as many explanations as you see fit. I know this was hard for me. I know it was hard for you, especially going down, you know what I'm saying, down the stretch, that bottom 6 to 10. It was tough. So I'm curious to see what your list looking like, man.
All right. First, before we play ours, here's Yahoo's right there. This is where AJ got that sparked the idea that frustrated him. If you can't see it, Yahoo, I'm gonna name them. If you're a listener and not watching, Mahomes at 1, Lamar Jackson at 2, Josh Allen at 3, Joe Burrow at 4, Justin Herbert at 5, Matthew Stafford at 6, Dak Prescott at 7, Geno Smith at 8, Jordan Love at 9th, and CJ Stroud at 10.
Mm.
Whew, a lot of names not on here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pull mine out. So here's my top 10. I know that. What a drum roll that, man.
Uh-oh.
All right, here's my top 10. Is this right here? That's my top 10. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, Lamar Jackson. Number 3, Josh Allen. Number 4, Jalen Hurts. First of all, Mahomes is automatic. Let's
I mean,
he's there.
He's there.
Okay.
He's there.
Josh Allen won MVP. I believe Lamar deserved an MVP. I believe Lamar is better than Josh Allen. AJ might be different from me, but I believe Lamar is better than Josh Allen. All right, so Lamar is number 2. Lamar got more MVPs and everything. Josh Allen is 3rd. Jalen Hurts. Now, Burrow fell off because he didn't make the playoffs. My bad.
He ain't talking about your my boy Tess. He talking about that Yahoo list.
I know.
Nasty word.
I thought he about to say not being top 5.
Man.
My bad. My bad. So, I knew this was coming. I knew it. So, the reason why I put Burrow at 5 and Hurts 4, sorry, bro. Burrow missed the playoffs. I'm sorry. And Jalen Hurts just won the Super Bowl. Like, I'm sorry. Now, I get it. Burrow led. You take away the records, he probably had the best season for a quarterback. And Hurts, you take away the record, didn't have a great season for a quarterback. It was average. But Hurts was great in the big 2 games. NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl, and he's Super Bowl MVP. I got to give him his props, all right? I can't just not say he's not. So I put him at 4, Burrow at 5. Matthew Stafford, man, I think Matthew Stafford is like on that outside. You got the elites. Then you throw Jalen Hurts in there because of his winning. And then you got Matthew Stafford. He's like right after that in his own, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's like that bridge, if that's how I explain it. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's consistent every year. They had injuries all last 2 years. And both years, he made something work with those injuries. So I got Matthew Stafford right there. My boy, JD 5'7". He's 7. Yes, it's 1 year. It's only 1 year. Jared Goff, come on now. You off. We saw it last year. Jared Goff, you got picked off 4 times. So, no, we ain't doing it. Jared Goff, I get it. Jared Goff has some good team with Detroit Lions. That team stacked too. We saw what my dude did with the team we had. And I get it. It's only 1 year. So if you don't put him in there, I'm going to put him there. All right? And he's going to prove it for me this year. Jared Goff is number 8. And then Brock Purdy. Nah, Brock Purdy was tough to grade. I'm not gonna lie. Because Brock Purdy been to the Super Bowl. Brock Purdy, you look at the just like Hurts. Look at the records. Purdy is up there, even better than Jalen Hurts probably, right? As a starter, he been to a Super Bowl, like I said, NFC Championship game in his rookie year. He was an MVP candidate in his second year. He never made an All-Pro though. But last year, once he lost all his players, I mean, I get it, he lost all his players, but Brock Purdy, I mean, I saw like 3-4 games when he threw picks in the game, and he was the reason the blew the game. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sorry. I just that's what I saw. All right, but I think Brock Purdy needs another year because the whole thing about consistent about Brock Purdy was this: he has all the weapons. He has all the weapons, and that's why people didn't want to put him up there. And the moment he lost his weapons, they didn't make the playoffs. So he has to redeem himself, in my opinion. So that's why I got Purdy at number 9. And I got CJ Stroud number 10. So you a Cowboy fan? I'm sorry, bro. That's my top 10.
I'm gonna throw mine up here. Then we can have some conversations. Before I put it up here, Joe.
Okay.
I want to say this, and if you excuse me, I'm gonna take yours down for a moment. Take yours.
Go ahead.
Down.
Do your thing.
Before I put mine up here, I just want to let the people know. Right. I don't care about your arm talent.
Okay.
I don't care. All right, AJ don't care. For AJ's list, for Artis list, I don't care about how pretty it looks coming out your hand. Pause. Okay. I don't care how accurate and all of this. I don't care. If you in my top 5 list, you've accomplished something in this league. Period, bruh. You have an All-Pro. You have a Super Bowl. You have MVP or MVPs. You have done things. If you ain't done one of those things, and in some cases, most of those things, you're not in my top 5. And I think more people need to start evaluating it that way, bruh.
Yeah,
Giving these guys passes. Some of these guys, you got Herbert in the top 5. The man ain't got a playoff win. Forget an All-Pro. Nah, forget an MVP. Forget a Super Bowl. He don't have a playoff win, bruh. So without further ado, I'm about to get to my list. Now that y'all know that's the standard I've set, at least for my top 5. After the top 5, we can have different conversations. You know what I'm saying? But now that y'all know that the stage is set for my top 10, let's put it on the screen, man. Let's put it on the screen, man. This is what I got.
Okay.
I got Mahomes at number 1. That's self-explanatory. Bro. It's Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? We know what he is, right? I want to put Lamar Jackson at 2. I do. The problem is, I done seen Josh Allen send this man home twice. I've seen it, bro. I've seen him outplay Lamar Jackson twice. And he's the reigning league MVP, bro. So right now, I cannot give him the nod over Josh Allen. I can't. Now, he's the clear-cut number 3 to me. Clear-cut, multiple-time MVP, multiple-time first-team All-Pro, right? Has made playoff runs, been to an AFC Championship game. He got the hardware. He just missing the trophy. He just missing a Super Bowl. Once he win that Super Bowl, we gonna have completely different conversations about him, right? Jalen Hurts. I'm not gonna listen. Jalen Hurts' resume speaks for itself. Jalen Hurts Super Bowl championship, Super Bowl MVP, All-Pro nod, right? Super Bowl records, most rushing yards in a single Super Bowl in history. He set that record twice. Most rushing touchdowns for a quarterback in Super Bowl history. The most accurate passer in Super Bowl history. The highest completion percentage of any. Bro, the resume speaks for itself. If you still hating on Jalen Hurts after everything the man has accomplished, I don't know what to tell you. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time talking about Jay Hurts. He's number 4. I got Matthew Stafford at 5. And yes, it's close between him and Joe Burrow. I do think Matthew Stafford is a touch overrated. I do. But in the last 5 years, he won the Super Bowl. And in that Super Bowl, who did he play against, Joe? He went up against Joe Burrow. Toe-to-toe with Joe Burrow. And neither one of them played well. But when the money was on the line, I saw Matthew Stafford no look to Cooper Kupp. and then dime him up in the corner of the end zone to get a dub. I understand Joe Burrow's offensive line. This is offensive line that with the money on the line when they matched up in the Super Bowl, the greatest dance there is, Matthew Stafford, even with 2 interceptions, outplayed Joe Burrow. So he has that on his resume. Joe Burrow has no All-Pro nods. He has no MVPs. He has no Super Bowl. He has no Super Bowl MVP. I can't put him over 5 guys that have accomplished more. Don't give me the passing yards. I don't care, bruh. The man ain't been in the playoffs in 2 straight years. So Joe Burrow, with respect, because I almost pushed him lower. I ain't gonna lie. Almost. I was close. I said I ain't gonna force it. I ain't gonna force it. But when I got to thinking, hey, bruh, it is what it is. Now I got Brock Purdy at 7. I know Brock Purdy didn't have the greatest season last year, but I do to an extent give him a pass for how the season went last year, man. Like, he had a lot of injuries, man. Debo wasn't quite the same, right? CMC was hurt. Brandon Ayuk, you know what I'm saying? I think he tore his ACL, if I'm not mistaken. And so when I look at what Brock Purdy has accomplished in these last 5 years, like you said, Joe, he been to the Super Bowl. He's been to 2 NFC Championship games, and he really ain't had no playoff stinkers for real. Like, he had, on his way to the Super Bowl, he had two comeback victories. He had a comeback victory on the Packers, a comeback victory over Detroit to get him to the Super Bowl. So, like, I have a ton of respect for Brock Purdy and what he's accomplished in this league. Shout out to Dave, the member, 21 months. Shout out to Dave, man. I hope he's happy with where I have Brock Purdy, man. Shout out to Purdy. Hashtag top 10 quarterback. Hashtag better than Geno. Duh. Hashtag comeback year. Hashtag I'm not even saying that last one. Anyway, no. Hashtag bang bang Niner game. I'm gonna say it for my boy. So I have a lot of respect for what Brock Purdy has. Again, we talking about what you've done, people. I have a lot of respect for what Brock Purdy has done in this league, bro. I respect it. At number 8, I got Jaden Daniels. Now, again, like Joe said, he ain't been in the league long. He only been in the league this 1 year. But in this 1 year, bro, I can't logically leave him out of the top 10, bro. I can't, after 1 year, put him over the 7 guys I just mentioned, given what they've accomplished. But I can say, yo, Joe might have been right when he said this is the greatest rookie season we ever seen. He carried the Commanders team. You funny, bro. He carried a Commanders team to an NFC Championship game. I did not expect it, bro. I did not expect it at all. He knocked off Tampa Bay. He turned around and knocked off the number 1 seeded Detroit Lions, right? And so I give credit where it was due, man. Great dual threat quarterback. And he, of all of the people that I have outside of my top 5, has the highest upside to get inside that top 5. He does. Like, I expect if Jaden Daniels is what we think he is, Joe been throwing this out here, I expect him to be at least the MVP candidate this year. I expect him to be in the conversation. We'll see if it actually happens, but I do expect him to be in the conversation. I had to put him at number 8 on my list. At number 9, I got Jared Goff. I would have put him higher than Jaden Daniels had they not matched up in the playoffs, and Jaden Daniels outperformed him. We just saw it. He threw, what was it, 3-4 picks as the number 1 seed? And really, 3. And really, that game shifted when he fumbled the ball in the red zone. Mm-hmm. When he fumbled that ball in the red zone, it completely shifted momentum in that ball game. I was looking forward to playing Detroit. Obviously, the Eagles couldn't play him because Jaden Daniels and them boys went out there and took him out. And Jared Goff didn't play well. But Jared Goff has put the Lions, in my opinion, on the map. He has done a lot to put the Lions in position that they're in. He has these guys in NFC Championship games or in an NFC Championship game. He has these guys looking like contenders. And so I understand and I respect Jared Goff. And he was just in the MVP conversation last year. I think people forget. Mm-hmm. Like, he was just in the MVP conversation last year. So I give respect to Jared Goff for being a really good quarterback in this league. I don't trust him, but I respect him, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And then, bro, the last one was really hard. It was really hard for me, y'all. It was hard because I'm just not the biggest CJ Stroud guy. Honestly. I know he had a really good rookie season. I didn't like what I saw from him this past season. I definitely didn't. Like, I thought he was okay in the playoffs. He did beat Herbert, but Herbert went out there and threw 4 picks. So I mean, I don't want to take credit away from him at all, but I mean, he did go out there and throw 4 picks. It's just it for me. I can't get over this man as the 7th seed in his first year as a starter, frying the Dallas Cowboys to advance to the next, frying the Dallas Cowboys. I cannot get over that, bro. I'm not sure any of them other quarterbacks in that same situation was doing the same thing. He came into that playoff game hot, and he fried Dallas, and he pushed San Fran to the limit. He pushed them guys to the limit. Now he did throw that Brett Favre-ish pick at the very end of the game, so we can't forget about that. But he pushed those guys to the limit. This year, I understand he wasn't as great. He kind of battled injuries throughout the throughout the season. So you had that going for you. And then he went up against Philly as a 7th seed in Philadelphia. I'm sorry, that just wasn't going to happen. That just wasn't going to happen against Philly. And where my hat at? Y'all lucky I got. That just wasn't going to happen in Philadelphia. I'm so sorry. And I know I kind of cheated with this. I had to put Dak in here honorable mention. And the only reason why I have Dak in here honorable mention is because Dak is an all-pro, bro. He did win an all-pro. The problem with his all-pro, though, is within that same season they got smacked in the playoffs by Jordan Love. That same season. So it's hard for me to find space in there when your best season as a pro, and you've been a pro for quite some time, your best season as a pro, you got smacked by the guy I got number 10. I wanted to put Dak ahead of Jordan. I did. But I kept thinking about that playoff game. I'm like, how could I? And then he had a chance to redeem himself this year. He started the season off slow and he got hurt. And so I know Cowboys fans probably think I'm hating. I think I even told people in the chat I got Dak in my top 10 just off the whim. But when I start making the list, I'm like, I'm sorry, y'all, I can't do it. He's number 11 for me. And it gets murky because, I mean, you can't forget about Baker. You can't forget about CJ. You can't forget about, Herbert in there somewhere. He in there, I don't know where, but he in there somewhere. But that's my top 10 list, man.
I know Dave want to talk about Purdy, but I do want to say something though. Your list, I am not mad at your list. I'm not mad at Brock Purdy being at 7 either. And I'm mad at, but I would definitely. So like, I feel like we all the time we can't just look at black and white with football.
Mm-hmm.
Football is more of a team sport. You know what I mean? Like Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford had a much better defense than Burrow last year, and Joe Burrow played better than Stafford last year. Look at the records because his defense was trash, literally trash. When we played them, they scored in every single drive and still lost.
That's fair.
So think about it, that's crazy, bro. So, and then Jordan Love, sorry, bro, I'm putting CJ above him.
Listen, if my bad, I don't mean to interrupt you, but if someone said, I don't know about CJ, but if someone said Baker or Dak or like that 10 spot is fluent. It's fluent, bro. It's tough. So, but go ahead.
No, for real. Like the reason why I had CJ over Jordan Love because Jordan Love, yes, he blew out the Cowboys, right?
Mm-hmm.
In that same season, CJ Stroud blew out the Browns. Tomato, ain't the same thing. But they blew him out, and that was his first playoff game. Then you come in the next year, Jordan Love was literally the reason why they lost that game. Like Josh Jacobs played well, the defense played well. Jordan Love was trash. CJ Stroud played good against the Chiefs. He played good.
He was okay.
He was okay.
He was okay. He wasn't as bad as J Love. He wasn't.
But you gotta realize he didn't have Stephon Diggs, or he have what's the name? He missing 2 of his top receivers, and also one receiver. Houston was cooking, and remember his best receiver got hurt.
Yeah, that was nasty.
So I gotta put CJ above him, but the rest of your list though, and then Dak, I guess you honorable mention. You want to show love to Dak, you know what I mean? I get you, but and I'm with you. Another thing about I put Dak above Jordan Love because Jordan Love beat him, but I know you said you go by the last 5 years. Dak is an All-Pro, and the year before he won All-Pro, he outdid what Jordan Love did to him. We forget what Dak did to Tom Brady in the first round.
that wasn't the same, bro.
Bro,
That wasn't the same, bro. That
Jordan
was not
Love,
the
look,
same.
Jordan Love receivers were wide open.
No,
I'm not
bro.
taking away from him, but they were wide open. Dak was
Now,
threading the needle.
hold on, bro. Hold on. You and I
Season
both
different.
know, but bruh, Brady was not only was Brady on his way
team
out,
was
they
89.
they scraped and clawed to get that to get that that division crown.
They
Bruh.
was 8-9. Yeah,
They was
8-9.
bro. They would it wasn't as the Cowboys was 12 and they was a solid 2 seed. They was 12-5. Cowboys, that was the Cowboys year to go to the NFC Championship, bro. That they had one of the best defenses in the league. They was sacking the quarterback. Deron Bland set the record for the most pick sixes in the season, and Dak was cooking all year. It did like it was like I respect that the fact that you knocked out Brady, but like Brady wasn't really wasn't Brady, and Tampa Tampa as a team, they weren't even supposed to make the. If we being honest, Tampa shouldn't even been in the playoffs.
No,
now
fact.
we picked Tampa because it's the Cowboys.
Tom Brady.
it is Tom Brady. But once that game started, it was pretty obvious that it's like, yeah, he really not. I saw somebody on Instagram say not too long ago, there's like, man, Brady knew he knew it was time to hang it up when he lost to Dak. He knew. He said that's the last straw, bro. That's the last straw. I lose to Dak, I gotta hang it up, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I think even though it's Dallas, I'm gonna be honest. I gave Jordan Love that nod based on how he ended last season. And then this season going through the injuries that he went through, them still making the playoffs. And he played in the toughest division in football this year. Like between them, Detroit, and Minnesota. That was the toughest division in football this year.
True.
They still found a way to. Now, he did not play well in the playoffs, which is why he's number 10. He barely made the list. You know what I'm saying? But I think so far what I've seen in 2 years, it's hard for me to be like, you know, he don't belong in that top 10 spot at number 10. I can't put him no higher than that. But I think I can leave room for him at 10. But I am, like I said, I'm not mad at somebody being like, man, what about Baker? Or what about I'm not necessarily mad at CJ Stroud either. Like, I'm not necessarily mad at it. I understand the reasoning for it. It was between Jordan Love, Dak, CJ Stroud, and Baker, it was a toss-up for that 10 spot.
No,
it really was a toss-up.
Like, it was like for real, like 9 and 10 was like, well, not 9 and 10. It's basically 10, basically. Yeah, I'm with you on that. But everything else, I'm cool with.
And this is I want to respond to the Joe Burrow thing, because we got, you know, people. Oh, I'm about to say Joe Button. The Joe Burrow disrespect is so crazy. Where that comment at? The Joe Burrow disrespect.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Bro, this is my thing. This is my issue. This is my problem, bro. Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, right? I think Joe Burrow is obviously better. He's in my top 10 list. But I'm not a guy who's too big on crowning somebody when I don't think, in my humble opinion, and I know I don't play in the pros, right? But compared to your contemporaries, compared to your peers, you haven't done anything, bruh. You haven't done anything, bruh. And at the end of the day, I know it's not black and white, but we saw that Super Bowl, bruh. He could have won that Super Bowl. The man went down there scoreless in the second half, bruh. They had a 10-point lead, Joe.
The only TD he got was a pass interference.
I mean, bro, the one TD he got, he shouldn't even have got, bro. Yeah, they gave him a TD, bro.
Yeah.
So I understand his offensive line wasn't great, and you know what I'm saying, the defense was this. What was that?
A lot of those sacks were his fault.
That's what I'm saying. He holding on to the ball, patting the ball in the pocket, bro. And then this the thing. Stafford gave you opportunities to go and snatch the game, bro. He did. He threw 2 picks, bro. They gave you, and both of them was opportunistic. Like, yo, okay, what's the Bengals finna do? Some of those you took some bad sacks, but at the end of the day, you was right there. So it's like, and then since then, yes, you've made a few playoff runs, but you have not reached that pinnacle yet. In these last 2 seasons, Where you been? Yeah, he had a great statistical season, bro. That warranted you being just outside the top 5. That warranted him being just outside the top. But I can't give you a nod over a guy. It would be one thing if I said Joe Flacco's number 5 or Russell Wilson's number 5. Them guys not playing at a high level no more, right? Matthew Stafford is a champion and he's still playing at a. They almost knocked us off.
Facts.
They gave us the best run we had the entire postseason run. They almost knocked us off. Like, so even though I do think Stafford is a little, I give him respect because at the end of the day, bro is a champion. He got Devontae Adams this year. Look the freak out. You know what I'm saying? He got Tay Adams this year. He still got good coaching. I think going into this year, out of respect for him and what he's done, I'd rather give him the nod. Now listen, Joe Burrow give me an All-Pro, or he give me an MVP. He give me another Super Bowl berth. You know what I'm saying? He give me something to work with. I got no problem moving him up. May even like arm talent wise, yeah, he better than Jay Hurts. I'm not going to deny that. He more talented than Hurts. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem being objective about it. But like I can't put you, and I have a real problem with people who make these lists and they just discard accomplishments, bro. Yeah. Come on, bro. The name of the game at the end of the day is winning and accomplishments. What did you win? What have you done? What have you done?
It's not what can you do, it's what have you done.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. I can tell you, Joe, I can tell you, man, if you guard me, I'm gonna give you 30. You gonna look at me like you gonna have to show me. Joe, I'm talented enough to shoot over the top of you all day long. You gonna say, okay, show me. And if I come out there and I'm missing everything I put up, you think I'm gonna stick? Man, I could have gave you 30, but you did it though. AJ, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Patrick Mahomes, like I said, champion, multiple time All-Pro. Multiple time MVP, hands down. Josh Allen, he's the reigning league MVP and just went to the AFC Championship game and knocked out Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, multiple time first team All-Pro, multiple time MVP, probably should have won a third, but he didn't at the end of the day.
Championship,
right? The AFC Championship berth, right? Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, has been an All-Pro, and you got Stafford, who has won a championship. Everything after that gets murky for me, bro. Everything after that is like, all right, now, you know, I could look maybe deeper into the arm. If you ain't accomplishing nothing, people can say all day they felt like T-Mac was better than Kobe. One of them got 5 rings, though, Joe. The other one ain't got none.
Facts. What you have done.
Come on, bro. What have you done? What have you done, man? So that's why my list is how it is, man. I'm sorry. I know I don't work for Yahoo, no, but I feel like, and I feel like me and you, Joe, got some of the best lists out.
Mm-hmm.
I think these are reasonable, unbiased lists, bro. I truly do. When it comes to what have you done. Now, if you want to put arm talent and all this other stuff in there, stuff that you low key can't even really measure like that, besides like the velocity on the football and
bro, nobody
passing
yards.
Come on, Joe. What difference do it make if you can't display that talent when it matters most?
Facts.
Come on,
bro. And like, here's the thing, though. The people that they say that have like Justin Herbert, for example. It's not like he going out swinging these L's in the playoffs. He looked bad. That's the problem. Now, if he goes out and ball out, like, for example, Jaden Daniels, right? When y'all beat us, he didn't have a bad game. Like, he wasn't the reason why we lost. I could look at Justin Herbert when they lost last year and say, you were the reason. I could look at Jordan Love and say, you were the reason why they lost. So, like who cares about how your throw look? That's all opinionated. I want to know about the facts. What the facts say? The facts say XYZ. Okay, cool. What XYZ say, you back there.
Yeah.
Go back of the bus.
Yeah, pretty much, man. That's I feel like it's, I feel like it's only right. Too many times we look past accomplishments, man. That's just how I feel, man. That's just appreciate it. But yeah, man, hey, too many times we look past accomplishments. The name of the game is to win and accomplish things in sports. It's not to look good out there, bro. If that was the name of the game, man, Paul George in the NBA probably the GOAT. He got the prettiest game I ever seen. But nobody gonna say that, Joe, unless you 14.
No,
So
and look, I'm gonna go back to this question earlier, but he said, "What's facts?" Shout out to him. Shout out to you, big Gucci John with the Drewski picture.
right.
What's facts without context though? Nah. So like, I have Burrow at 5,
Mm-hmm.
and he probably on my Hurts and Burrow.
That's good.
Now,
And I'm gonna definitely respond.
Now, I like the fact that you have Burrow ranked lower than Stafford because it kind of puts the pressure on Burrow to play for the right thing. And then it's about context then. I do remember the AOC, AJ brought it up in the Super Bowl. What happened? Joe Burrow was not good, and Joe Burrow took a sack at the end of the game. That's number one. And you can blame the O-line you want. Go back and watch the game. Go back and watch that season. And look how many sacks he took off his power, not getting rid of the ball. And go back to the playoff run. Against the Titans, he was garbage. The defense won that game. Against the Chiefs, he wasn't good. The defense won that game. The only game he was okay in was the Raiders. And then when he went back to the LC Championship game, people forget he fumbled before Mahomes got the game-winning field goal. He had the ball and he fumbled. And you go back this season, he fumbled against the Chiefs, against the Patriots. He was garbage. So like you go back to the Ravens game, he threw the interception in overtime. So like we look at context does matter, and that's why Burrow was behind. So I think the fact that we got Burrow, like I said, these guys aren't losing, going out swinging. These guys are losing, and they not looking good in those moments.
Let's add to the context, Joe. In
The Eagles
regards
were
to
stacked though.
let's add to the context while we at it, Joe.
Okay.
I never seen Jalen Hurts not make the playoffs. Never. I seen Jalen Hurts when the team wasn't stacked. When Nick Sirianni was a rookie as a head coach. When we had a rookie defensive coordinator. I saw that. When we had Miles Sanders in the backfield and Devontae Smith was our best receiver as our number 1 as a rookie. And Jalen Reagor was our number 2. I saw that. The Eagles made the playoffs that year. I saw that. I saw the following year, the Eagles go to the Super Bowl. In my opinion, granted, the defense was great, but Jalen Hurts was the engine that drove that team in 2022. It's the reason why he was second in MVP voting and second team All-Pro, just behind Patrick Mahomes. And in my opinion, I know we disagree on this, Joe, but let me get this off and then we can debate this another time. If he didn't get hurt, I believe he'd have won MVP this year, and I would have really solidified it. I would have really been out here just, you thought I'm tripping now. I'd have really been, you know what I mean? But, so we saw that in 2022. In 2023, I saw a makeshift defense out there, Joe. I saw a defense that was ranked 30th in the, talk about bad defenses. You're talking about bad defenses. I saw a defense that was 30th in the league, Joe. How many games that team win? 11. That team was in the playoffs, Joe, with probably the worst defense. We fired our defensive coordinator mid-season, brought in a different defensive coordinator. Defense was awful. But since Jalen Hurts muscled the Eagles 2 wins early on in the season and got them to 10-1, he gave himself and the Eagles a cushion to go on a 5 to, losing 5-6 straight games. But because he had multiple comeback victories in that game, in that season against the Commanders twice, against Buffalo, he gave him, and the Chiefs, let's not forget, he gave them cushion to lose all of those games and still make the playoffs. Not even as a 7th or 6th seed, as a 5th seed, to still make the playoffs. This year, if you want to say Saquon Barkley was the engine that drove the team, I'm not going to debate you on it. But when Saquon Barkley didn't have it going, when Saquon Barkley got shut down, who came through and saved the day? Jay Hurts. Jay Hurts went out there and dominated. Jay Hurts went out there and gave you another Super Bowl record. Jay Hurts went out there diming up A.J. Brown, diming up Devontae Smith. Defense balled out. The defense balled out. I'm not taking nothing away from the defense. There's a reason why Jay Hurts won Super Bowl MVP. And don't even get me started on the Commanders game. Don't even get me started on the Commanders game. Because a lot of Commanders fans thought they had us. And then Jay Hurts went out there. Saquon set the tone. Credit to him. Saquon set the tone. But after Saquon set the tone, Jay Hurts went out there and cooked them boys up. After their defensive coordinator said he was going, if he run, we going to handle that. Jalen Hurts ran all over them boys when he needed to. And so That's my only thing, bro. And the last thing I'm gonna say is this. It's the last thing I'm gonna say, and we can wrap this up, Joe. We always talking about. Actually, I'm gonna say two more things. We always talk about how Jalen Hurts got this, Jalen Hurts got that, Jalen Hurts got this, Jalen Hurts got this. What people don't understand, Joe, is the Eagles are where they are offensively because of Jalen Hurts, bro. AJ Brown not there if Jalen Hurts isn't there, bro. Jalen Hurts is the one who was putting in the call to Howie, like, yo, that's my boy. Get AJ Brown here. You get AJ Brown here. We gonna take off. He was the one who put in the call for Devontae Smith. People don't know that, bro. Yo, that's my boy from college. Yo, you get Devontae, we rocking. Then in 2022, after they won the Super Bowl, he signed a contract that was conducive to making sure he could re-sign his team. So, like, he's a big part of the reason why the team is what it is, right? And the last thing is this. All these guys better than Jay Hurts. Why they need all of what Jay Hurts got to win? Why? LeBron don't need the same tools that Paul George need to win, because LeBron is better than Paul George. LeBron could get to the finals and not need everything that Paul George has in order to get to the. So why, if all these guys people want to put over Jay Hurts, and then they want to say, well, if you give Justin Herbert this, or you give Joe Burrow this, or you give this player this, that, and the third, you give him the Eagles, then he will look like this. Why does it require all of that? If he better than Jay, he's better though, right? He's better. And some of these guys, Joe, 13-win seasons, 14-win seasons, number one defense, top 5 defense, Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis. I mean, some of these guys, they ain't got scrubs, bro. Some of these guys got more All-Pros and Pro Bowlers on their roster than Philly got. We don't talk about that though. I'm just saying. Some of these guys winning a lot of games, number one defense, all of that. They got all of that, bro. They got what they need. They winning a whole bunch of regular season games, right? When the playoffs roll around, half the time they the ones not playing to their standard, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. We gotta wrap up, man. Don't get me started, man. I'm tired of all of this, man. I thought this was done after we won the bowl, bro. But it's like, yo, I understand my dog got a team. He's a big part of the reason why he got a team, though. And if these dudes is better than Jay Hurts, they shouldn't need as much as Jay Hurts to win. They shouldn't, bro. They shouldn't. And we ain't gonna act like these guys ain't got teams, bro. They got rosters, bro. They not terrible. If they was terrible, they wouldn't be winning 12, 13, 14 games, Joe. Come on, bro. Let's wrap up, Joe, man. Let's wrap up, man. It got me going, man. Got my blood pressure rising up in here, man. Man, shoot.